Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we are talking about kidnapped woman rescued after pleading for help on Grubhub order. We've seen very interesting driver instructions over the years. Ring the doorbell, don't ring the doorbell, kids sleeping, don't ring doorbell, dog's crazy. Please put the food here, please leave food in front of door, please call upon arrival, please text upon arrival, please call police upon arrival. Wait, what? This customer ended up saving her own life while using Grubhub as a tool to do it. So in this video, we're going to talk about how she did it, the events that took place that led up to this, what happened during the event, and everything in between. And hopefully she's okay now. It says that she's rescued, so therefore she should be okay, right? Before any of that, I do want to say a subscriber ended up emailing me a video talking about this. Shiana Warren, thank you so much for sending me that video and making this video possible. She's also a gig tuber who has been doing a lot of ride-along videos and actually has made her content pretty engaging. So feel free to check it out. I'll leave her YouTube in the description, but she's also a new homeschool mom and she helps moms refill their cup with healthy meals and efficient at-home workouts. And she's helped 30 moms so far. I'm gonna leave that in the description as well. But with all that said, let's get started. A 24-year-old woman was rescued from an alleged hostage situation after she was able to add a note to a Grubhub food delivery order asking restaurant workers to call the police. Some people know this, some people don't, but the restaurant also receives a copy of the instructions that the driver gets. They also have a copy of their own instructions. Sometimes we know about, sometimes we don't. It depends on the app we're on. A Facebook post from the Chipper Truck Cafe, a 24-hour restaurant in Yonkers, New York, shows the additional instructions they received from the woman. Please call the police. He's going to call me when you delivered. Come with the cones. Please don't make it obvious. Well, first off, what are you doing causing problems in my home state? As if I have that authority, right? Imagine if she sent this to a restaurant that wasn't paying attention to the instructions. Like, there are a fair amount of restaurants that would just completely overlook that. Did the driver know about this as well and also call the police? Or was this just on the Grubhub side? I don't know. I've often heard of this happening, but I never thought it would happen to us, read the post. Thankfully, we were open and able to help her. Yeah, imagine if she sent this to a restaurant that is like, they say they're 24 hours, but they're not really paying attention to the tablets or anything like that. That would be like the worst case scenario. The owner of the cafe, Alice Bermejo, told CBS News the restaurant staff were unsure if it was a prank, but her husband encouraged them to call the police anyway. The message came in and the girls read it and they called my husband to see what they can do, she said CBS. He told them, let's call the police. We can't take any risk or chance. Okay, real talk for a second. There are a lot of pranks that I would pull on a restaurant. I'll be 100% honest. Like, if I'm a kid, there was a lot of stupid things that I would do. But I don't think I would ever make a prank that would lead to the police getting called. Why would you assume if it was a prank? Honestly, I feel like this was a clever way to use the platform. It's almost like a beacon for help. How many times have you been on TikTok or any like random social media and you happen to hear about this story about somebody calling 911 and pretending to order a pizza, and she is fully aware of what she is doing when she's calling 911, and then the 911 operator plays along to the concept that she is ordering a pizza. Like, this actually might be safer. CNN reports that a criminal complaint says the woman had agreed to meet up with a man she met on a dating app. She was allegedly blanked and blanked by the man. Okay, so I have to censor all that for obvious reasons. Be careful who you meet on these dating apps. You never know who the person is on the other side. Always make the first meetup in person in a public place. Get a vibe for who they are and everything in between on that. Although he took her phone away, he agreed to let her order the food and she was able to send her plea via the Grubhub delivery app. Why you gotta be so controlling? Jeez. According to Today, police showed up at the residence early on June 19th and arrested Kimoy Royale, 32. He has been charged with a lot of crimes that I will not be stating out loud because, quite frankly, I don't want to get demonetized. But again, as usual, the article's going to be in the description if you want to check it out yourself. But dang, this is quite a rap sheet you got here. Does it actually make sense to just do like a background check on people before you end up going out with them at all? Because quite frankly, if you knew all this before, you'd be like, pass. Hard pass. The New York Police Department confirmed that Royale was also charged with a bunch of other crimes that I can't say unless I want to get demonetized. That happened 4 days earlier involving a 26-year-old woman. It is not clear how police linked the two cases. Now, is he actually getting pinned for those cases because it was actually the guy? Or has the law enforcement community just decided, you know what, it isn't worth pursuing this anymore? Because I've actually dealt with New York police more than once, and I can confirm that sometimes they would rather just do what's easy than do what's right. That being said, that doesn't justify his actions for this case. I'm just saying the police aren't exactly the epitome of integrity and character. Bermejo told CNN that officers followed up with her and confirmed that the woman's plea for help was genuine and that she was safe. We're just grateful that the girl is okay. That's the most important thing, Bermejo said. Grubhub confirmed that it is awarding Bermejo's business $5,000 as a way of recognizing her and her family for their quick thinking. So Grubhub pays people to actually save lives. Good to know. Honestly though, I think Grubhub can use all the positive publicity they can get, so this was probably the best bet. Every time we see a simple but extraordinary act like this, we are amazed by how our partners positively impact their communities, Grubhub said in a statement to CNN. However they decide to use the money, we hope that it helps the restaurant and reminds all of their customers of what amazing people they are. And then they forget about it in a week and a half. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. I think this was a really clever way to actually use the gig apps in such a way to actually protect yourself. Quite honestly, I'm just impressed by some of the ingenuity that the customers take to utilize these apps in a way that I would never think of unless it was presented to me in an article like this. There was a period of time where a woman ended up using DoorDash in such a way where she was actually able to see if her boyfriend was cheating on her using a DoorDash driver. I will leave that video in the description because I thought that was a great level of ingenuity by the customer. Feel free to check it out. But ladies, start taking notes about these things. And this really goes for guys too. You never know who is out there and what they may or may not do to you. Using a tool like this, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub can actually save your life. Let me know in the comments if you've ever received any instructions either to the driver or to the restaurant that was a little bit unusual, but it was a very clever way of using these gig apps, because quite honestly this was pretty cool and I kind of appreciate it. However, what they didn't tell us is what did they do with the food after? Like, what, did they just throw it out or something? I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!